Hi everyone, this is Margaret and I'm going to be doing an anime inspired makeup tutorial today. I've been getting asked to do some anime characters, and especially because Halloween's coming around. Um, and I have to be honest with you, there's so many anime characters and they tend to have very similar looks. So instead of just focusing on one character, this is my anime inspired character, and if you want to go as a specific anime character, you can really use this technique and then just kind of make, you know, your character a part of that. And so this is definitely kind of a broad spectrum. And then also for those of you who may just like to wear this look without wanting to look like anime, this is a beautiful look as well. I'm just going to go a little bit heavier because I want to create more of that anime feel. So if you want to wear this as a regular look for yourself, just go a tinge lighter. But definitely, you can definitely go like this if you're going on a red carpet or a special event type of situation too. So here I'm putting a very good level of silicone base, and I'm going with the light inside of the face, and then I went with the true color match on the outer. And the reason why is I really want the inner part to just pop out, but it's very subtle, it's not overly done. And I'm using a silicone base because it gives it a really nice coverage. And that's really important for this because, in anime, the skin is so clean and so balanced and, milky looking. So I really wanted to make sure that I achieve that. And so, by adding the different, intensity of your foundation in the areas, you will definitely get that really smooth, even finish. So here I'm just adding my little finishing touches on the little areas that need a little bit extra. And that's the great thing about silicone base. It has a building power. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding and building and adding and building, and see how flawless it's looking. So now I'm just going to do my last minute touches here, and just making sure everything is, you know, just smooth before I start setting it with some translucent powder. And that's really important to, make sure that before you set it with powder, you want to make sure all the creases are gone. So I'm taking my wedge sponge and I dabbed it with some translucent powder, loose powder, and I'm just going into the little nooks and crannies of the face that are hard to get to with a brush, and then just kind of set the foundation with the powder. So now I'm taking my soft powder brush, it's a small one, and just going right over it. And then now I'm taking my complexion brush, and and you can tell how some of the powder went off. I put some translucent powder on that as well, and I'm just going to give it a final set. And I'm going a little bit heavier with the powder because I really want this to have a really nice set to it. And that's really important. So I'm just going to dust off any excess loose powder. And then I'm going to go right with my wedge sponge and just do a little bit more underneath. And I'm going to add a little bit more light inside of the face. So I'm taking this light powder, and it has a little bit of a shimmer in it, just a tinge. And I'm going to go right underneath the eyes, above the cheekbones, on the bridge of the nose, on to the forehead. And just to open it up, remember the key thing is I want the inner part of the face to open up. And by using the light powders, it really will create that shadows and light effect. Okay, so now I'm going to take some fallout powder over that because I'm going to do the eyes. So I'm taking this metallic white pearly color shadow, and I'm going to go right on the brow bone. And that's really an important aspect because you want the eyes to lift and open up. So using this light color is really important. And so see how that is starting to pop by adding that. So I'm going to use this milky gold, and this all has a little bit of shimmer because I'm going with the subtle colors. So I think by adding the texture of shimmer in it, I think it'll add more texture to the whole overall look. So I'm using the gold right in the middle, inner part to the middle part of the eye. And so I'm just opening the inner part out using the gold. So see this soft kind of soft rose petal pink. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm going right in the crease of the eyes. And see how that is? That just will give it a nice soft depth to it, because with the gold and the light, it definitely has a little bit more of a deeperness, so it does create a nice optical illusion. So I'm taking this like very dark brown eyeshadow powder, and I'm going from right where the lash line starts and out. And now what I did was I got my blending brush and I dipped it in the gold, and so I'm blending the edge of this dark brown, not over it, but just on the edge of it, and just kind of blending that out and smudging it out. So I'm taking that same dark brown with my rectangle straight edge brush, and I'm going along the lash line on the lower lid, and I'm taking my dark brown black pencil, and I'm going right along the lower lash line in the waterline as well, and then on top of the lashes, just to give it some pop and pay out to the brown that we're using. Okay, so see how the eyes definitely pops out with using just a little bit of liner. So I'm taking this kind of espresso color powder, brow powder on the eyes, eyebrows, and I'm just going to really define the brows. And I think that's really important to keep the brows looking really, just really sharp and really defined, and really with a nice arch and a nice shape. So if you're using powder, definitely blend that in, and I'm using my mustache brush, which I always use. And then I'm going to take this highlighting powder for the face, and I'm going to go over that and using this rose color pinky petal cheek blush, and just going right on the apple in the middle. See how I'm not pulling it out into the cheekbones? I'm just going right in the middle part of the apples. And see how that just gives it a pop of color, and it really does create a nice, really nice feel and texture. So I'm using, this is really important, a very black mascara, and this, you really want to make sure you pull every bit of the lash out as possible, because anime characters, it's all about the eyes and all about the lashes. And if you like my techniques and you want to learn how to do makeup like a pro or become a pro, check out www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. That's www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. We have online training, we have online certification training. You can take the whole program, you can do them a la carte. You can also come to LA and do some in-person private training. You can even do a blended program where you can do some online, and you can come in and do some expedited classes like bootcamp training. And it's a really great way. Also, for those of you who want to build a portfolio, if you're a model, if you're a makeup artist or hairstylist and you need to get a portfolio together, we have a portfolio building workshop. So check it out. So now that I'm doing the lips, I'm using a very creamy gloss, and it has a very soft kind of rose petal pink chiffon-y color lip color. And this is such a great, I think, soft but yet makes a statement type of lip color. And I really think that using the gloss really adds to this, but you definitely can go really matte too, which will look really cool. But I just think that with the gloss, it adds a little bit more of a cutesy feel to it. Like the anime, the girls are always very cutesy to me. So here's my anime inspired look, and I hope you guys definitely try it out. If you don't even want to do an anime but you love this makeup, this is a really great look as well for those of you who want to look really pretty. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, and definitely make some suggestions on other characters. I have a lot more coming. Stay tuned for more. Thanks. Bye.